Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a 5-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. In column 8, there is 4 and 7. This 4 and 7 blocks these two cells in the 6th block. That leaves with only 2 empty cells. So see, these cells take 4 and 7. Now we have 7 in D row here, which blocks this cell. So this cell can take only 4. And this cell will take 7. Now the missing numbers are 5 and 8. There is a 5 in E row here, blocking this cell. So this cell takes 5 and this cell takes 8. Column 2, there is 8 and 6. These two numbers blocks these two cells here in the 4th block. So these two cells can take 6 and 8. Now the missing numbers are 1 and 3. In F row here there is 1, which blocks this cell. So this cell takes 1, E2 takes 1 and F2 takes 3. In E row there are only 2 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 3 and 7. There is 3 blocking here. So this cell takes 7 and this cell takes 3. Row I has 5 empty cells. The missing numbers are 1, 2, 5, 6 and 8. In column 8 there is 1, 5, 8 and 2 blocking this cell. So this cell can take only 6. There is a 6-7 pair here, which blocks these two cells. There is a 6-7 pair in 8th column, which blocks this cell. So in the 3rd block, these are the only 2 cells where 6 and 7 go. Now in column 9, there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 3 and 5. If you observe block 8, there are 2 2s here, a 2 in E row and 2 in G row, which blocks these cells. So these are the only 2 cells where 2 can go. Now this 2 blocks this cell and these 2 blocks this cell. So in column 9, this is the only cell where 2 can be, and 3, 5 goes in these 2 cells. Now in the 9th block, there are 4 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 4, 8 and 9. Take the cell G8. Here you have 8, you have 4, 1 and 8 blocking this cell. So this cell can take only 9. Now there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1, 4 and 8. So these 3 cells form a triplet. Here 4 is blocking, so this cell takes 1 or 8, and this cell here 8 is blocking, so this cell will take 1 or 4. This cell will take 1, 4 or 8. Now in this column 7, there is only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2 and 9. So let's mark it with 9 pair. Now in the 3rd block, there is only 1 empty cell and the missing number is 3. There is a 3 in the 4th column and a 3 in the 6th column and a 3 in the C row. So this 3 blocks here, this 3 blocks here and this 3 blocks here. So A5 takes 3. There is a 7 here and 7 in the I row. This 7 blocks this cell, this 7 blocks this cell. So in A row, this is the only cell where 7 can be. Now in A row, there are 3 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 2, 5 and 9. Now in column 1, there is 5. There is a 5 and 9 blocking this cell. So this cell takes 2 and this cell takes, this is the only cell remaining, this cell takes 5. This 2 cancels out the 2 here and this becomes 9 and B7 becomes 2. There is a 9 in column 1 and a 9 in column 3. This 9 blocks these 2 cells, this 9 blocks these 2 cells. So C2 takes 9. Now this 9 and this 5 in C row blocks 5, 9 here. So these 2 cells in B row takes 5, 9. Similarly, in column 5 you have 2 and 8 which blocks this cell. So these 2 cells in 0 take 2 or 8. That leaves this second block with only one missing number, which is 7. This 7 cancels out the 7 here in 0. So C9 becomes 6 and B9 becomes 7. Now B row has only 2 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 3 and 6. So let's mark it with 3, 6 pair. Now C row has only 2 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 4 and 1. There is a 4 in E row blocking here. So C3 becomes 1 and C1 takes 4. There is a 6-7 pair in column 2 and a 6-7 pair in column 8. So that shows that there should be 6-7 in these 3 cells of 8th block, but you can see a 6-7 pair in the 4th column. This 6-7 blocks this cell. So these 2 cells will take 6 and 7, but you have a 7 here in the 5th column which blocks here. So this cell takes, that is G6 takes 7 and G5 takes 6. In G row there is a 2 and 9. Similarly in row I there is a 9 and 2. So this 2, 9 blocks this cell and this 2, 9 blocks this cell. So in block 8 these 2 cells will take 2 and 9. Now if you observe, there is, if you observe B row, there is 9 possibility in these 2 in column 4 and column 6. Similarly in H row there is a possibility of 9 in column 4 and column 6. So that shows that 9 blocks these 2 columns and there is a 9 here which blocks this row. So in block 5 this is the only cell, that is D5 is the only cell where 9 can go. So 1 in F row and a 1 in column 6. This one blocks these 2 cells here and this one blocks these cells here. So D4 takes 1. There is a 4 in column 5 and a 4 in column 6. This 4 blocks these 2 cells here and this 4 blocks the cell here. So F4 takes 4. In column 4 now 8 blocks this cell. So this is the only cell where 8 can be. So let's cancel out the 2 here. This cell the C4 takes 8 and that cancels out the 8 here. So C6 takes 2. And C6 cancels out the 2 here. So H6 takes 9. In H4, the 9 gets cancels out and becomes 2. This 9 in H6 cancels out the 9 in B6 and this becomes 5. So B4 takes 9. In column 4, the only missing number is 1. The 8th block, the only missing number is 1. Column, the only missing number is 5. In the 5th block, the missing numbers are 6 and 8. So this 1 in I row cancels out the 1 here in I7. So this becomes 8. So that cancels out the 8 in G7 also. Now there is a 4 in column 3 and a 4 in column 1. This 4 blocks here, this 4 blocks here. So G2 takes 4. So this 4 in G row cancels out the 4 in G7. This becomes 1. So H7 takes 4. In G row, there is a 5 which cancels out the 5 in G9. So G9 takes 3 and H9 takes 5. In G row, there is only one missing number and that is 8. In I row, the only missing number is 5. H row, the missing numbers are 1 and 3. There is a 1 blocking here. So H3 takes 3 and H1 takes 1. 3 in H3 cancels out the 3 in B3. So B3 becomes 6. B1 becomes 3. There's 8 in G1, which cancels out the 8 in F1. F1 becomes 6. D3 becomes 8. D6 becomes 6. And F6 becomes 8. And the puzzle is solved.